Hello folks, this is a video from me, also known as Exeter Rider. If you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, Exeter Rider, it'd be much appreciated. Anyway, this is the other channel which I've got. So, I'm changing a lower ball joint on a Renault Traffic. This is a 2011 model. I guess it's pretty universal anyway, to a lot of other brands, maybe the Vivaro and all that, it's the same, I don't know. Anyway, so ball joint here, this is the new one. When you buy a new one, you'll get the new locking nut at the top, and also these here as well. Not my normal professional setup. That's a lower ball joint. That nut there is a 24mm nut, which is that one. Jack the van up, and then underneath here you'll have those 3 bolts, which will sit like that type of thing. And what I've done there is I've chopped them off with an angle grinder. You're going to really struggle to actually undo them, so chop them off. Make sure you've got a thin blade on your angle grinder as opposed to a thick one, or else you're going to be there forever and everything's going to be getting hot and it'll take ages and it's hard work. So get a thin blade, chop the 3 bolts off at the bottom. That nut there is a bit of a fiddle. You have to move that wire there, whatever that is. I think it's some sort of what's it called, some sort of sensor there maybe, so I've had to kind of bend that out the way. I'm not a mechanic, just for the record, as you can probably tell. This is a bit of a fiddle to get in here, but it is possible. Alright, so from the front of the van you want to stick your thing in there and just keep on undoing it, and eventually it will pop. Now I'm at the stage where I can pop that out with a crowbar, finish taking that nut off, pop it out, and it'll pop out underneath, and then it's just replace it, and that's the easy bit really. So it may look difficult, and it's a little bit of a fiddle, but it's achievable if you have the right gear. You need 24mm spanner, a couple of 18mm spanners or ratchet, and a spanner. Either way you need a spanner at some point. And what else do you need? Obviously a jack, and I'll put that on blocks at the moment just in case the jack fails, but axle stands ideally. But apart from that, it's an achievable job if you're semi-competent with this type of thing. Right guys, so I've just taken this old one out here. You can see the excessive play which I had. This is to put my MOT, get the MOT done. Right, so in behind here you have to find a way of pushing the wishbone down there. What I've done is I've lowered the jack onto a block, onto the disc here, onto a bit of wood, just to give it some pressure lifting up to pull this ball joint out of where it needs to go. It takes a bit of a whacking to push that through because it's elongated there, as you can see. Alright, it's got an elongated bit, so you have to just launch that. I put some bit of WD-40 in the top, and eventually with a bit of crowbarring I got it out. You do have to be careful with this setup here, the cable thing here, sensor, which actually fits onto this piece here. Alright, so that'll be the first thing to get in. So right, let's get the new one in. If you want to see what's in the inside the old ball joint, not that there's much to see. This was picked up on the MOT. As you can see, there's a lot of play there. Although it's never going to pop out, it is still on its way out. So, and there's the inside of the ball there. That's what makes it move around. It certainly shouldn't move like that. As you can see, up and down, up and down. And that's what the MOT inspector picked up. So, rightly so as well, needed doing. It wasn't unsafe, but as with all these things, it doesn't take long for something that is safe to become unsafe. So, a little tip while I think of it, oh, I need to turn this off. A little tip while I think about it is get a block and a bit of 4BT. That's what I had in the garage kicking around from the extension. Just to drop the jack and to push down the suspension a bit so you can sort of manoeuvre the new one in. That can be a bit faffy, so you kind of got to lift up the actual disc end of it, you know, the wheel end of it, to get the bottom wishbone to drop down to get it in. So a bit of a fiddle, but we're getting there. But yeah, highly recommended to have something like this, or maybe even a jack, but a jack does wobble around a bit. But this is perfect really to drop down onto. Just to lift it up, which keeps the wishbone down, put the new part in, and then let it go and bolt it up. So let me show you what I needed. Crowbar, mallet, which I didn't really need, a bit of WD-40 in case the elongated ball joint is stuck in, angle grinder, most importantly, with a thin blade, that's definitely needed, a 19mm, a 24 and an 18mm spanner. I used a block underneath the car. You can use axle stands if you want to, and also the block also came in handy to lift up the wheel, the disc there, to make it a bit easier to get in. So in result, it's always very difficult to get your spanners into these here. You just have to do your best, and actually when I put the new ones in, I could just about get enough purchase on it to actually get the nylon lock nut up and tight. So that's all dead tight now. Also that one up there is difficult to get at, but again, it's achievable. The only thing that got in the way a bit was this sensor, which is actually all part of the ball joint thing, so it goes up through the same hole. Got in the way a bit, but yeah, you just have to, bit of a fiddle, you know, nothing straightforward, is it? So is it a job for you? Well, if you got those tools, yes. If you're competent on tools anyway, then you should be okay. I'm a tradesman, so I kind of pretty good with the, you know, the hand skills of that side of things. So yeah, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. Please do subscribe to my other channel, Exeter Rider, but why not, you know, stick a like on this as well, and if you subscribe to this, that'd be cool, because I might do some more videos like this if this works out. All right, cheers.